Peace and blessings, everyone. This is Camille of naturallynessy.com coming to you in the month of September. We are full swing into this month of September. This is the time of the year that people call the harvest season. This is the time when all of the seeds we've been sowing throughout the year come to pass, come to light, bloom, so to speak, and we reap the benefits from that harvest at this particular time. So whatever seeds you've been sowing, whether it's been personal seeds in your life, mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual growth and development, or starting new business, doing new events, projects, those seeds you've been sowing throughout the year, you should be seeing reaping the harvest, reaping all of what you have been sowing into the soil, which is your life. So congratulations, peace and blessings to you all. Much abundance and bliss on all of the projects you've got going on personally or through business, career, whatever you're working on. Much success to you all. So today I am coming to you with a different video and different hair, of course. I'm coming to you with some hair protective style. As you can see, these are called yarn locks. My lovely hairstylist at the River Oshun, her name is Oshun, and she's the owner of the River Oshun. Please check her out on Instagram and on Facebook. She hooked me up with a great protective style as I go throughout this season. School started back, so I got to be prepared to be mommy, be on my business grind, and try to balance teaching at the same time. So this is a quick, nice, well, not so quick, but it's a nice, lovely style that's going to last me for some months to keep me going so I don't have to worry about prepping my hair throughout the week or the weeks to come. So please check it out, the River Oshun. So we'll just get straight into the topic at hand. One of the things that I want to talk about today is your word your bond? How to live your life with integrity. So how to say what it is that you need to say and stand by it and really commit to it. So what does it mean to have your word be your bond? That's a term that's used often throughout any culture. Your word is your bond. And what does that really mean? Like, does it mean that you should be committing to the words in which you say? Or should you be careful of what words that you speak out of your mouth without thinking? So I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to touch on that. I was having a wonderful conversation with one of my sister friends, and we were discussing someone who said they can do something and they committed to doing it, but you could tell that the person actually didn't want to do it. So she was inquiring as to why they even said yes in the first place. If they weren't committed to it fully in their actions and in their demeanor, if they made the time to do it, then they should have committed fully, embodied the experience, and been present for the experience. Oftentimes we are presented with great ideas and great projects. People come to you and might say, hey, you would be the best fit for this. We would love it if you could join us on this particular event, project, or I would love your help, at home. You're such a great organizer. Come help me out with this. And, you have great attributes that people would love for you to be able to help them out with these services that you can provide, whether it be personal or within business endeavors. And oftentimes we're excited that someone would be, we're honored that someone would approach us and say, I need your help. That we often don't say no. We always say yes. In some instances, not all, we always say yes. If you're that type of person that's always saying yes without actually thinking about all of what it entails when you say yes, you really need to scale that back. Think about it. If you're going to say yes, you're making a verbal commitment, a verbal contract with you and that person that you're agreeing to help out. If you are not committed to it spiritually, emotionally, physically, then don't enter into that contract. Don't say yes so quickly. One of the things that I've learned to do over the years is to take a pause. When someone comes to me with a great idea, and I'm all for it, I'm usually like, yeah. But then I have to think about all of what that entails. Am I physically able to do it? Is my mind going to be in the game to see this project or to see this help through? Am I able to do it throughout my schedule? Do I have time to commit to it? If I'm saying yes, these are the things I got to think about before the yes even comes out of my mouth. So I take a pause and I don't answer quickly. This is something that you also can work towards doing in your own life. Take a pause before you answer. Assess the situation. Assess what you're being asked to do. Will your yes be a yes? Can you confidently stand with your yes and be of service to whoever it is that is asking you to help them out? Can you really do it? Assess the situation, assess what you're being asked to do, and look at your overall life. Would you be able to fit that into your time, into your mental, physical capabilities? Would you be able to do it in that regard? If this is something that you're like wishy-washy with, take a pause. Take a pause. Don't be so quick to give an answer. Because at that moment, you're spouting out yes, but tomorrow you might say, no, that I can't do that. Hours later, you might be looking at your schedule. You might be looking at what you've been asked to do, and you realize, man, I don't think I can provide them with the quality of service that they're asking me to do. And then you want to turn around and renege. And that is when you put your integrity on, on Front Street. People are going to look at you based off of what you just said and what you are actually doing. If you can't do it, speak your mind. The best thing is to communicate. Communication is the key. Your integrity will be intact if you speak your truth. You can say no after you've assessed the situation. It's okay to say no. Don't feel obligated to always say yes out your mouth without actually thinking about what is being asked of you. Take a moment to think about it. Press that pause. And if you need more time to think about it, tell that person you're speaking to. Tell that person that's asking you for help or wants to collaborate with a project. Tell them simply this one statement. You know what? I want to be able to give you a clear answer. So let me sit back, look at my schedule, think about this some more, and I'll get back to you within a day with a definitive answer, with a definite answer, whether it be yes or no. Just give me some time so I can think about it, and I'll get right back to you. You know, most people would appreciate you if you did that because you're living your truth. You're being honest and upfront with what you can and cannot do. And you're being honest and upfront with the fact that you probably don't have an answer at that moment. People would appreciate you more by speaking and communicating your truth. So before you even jump out there and say yes, take that time to think about what is being asked of you. Because remember, your word is your bond. People stand by their word, and people look at you based off of what you say and then based off of what you do. It's a combination of the two. Some people will look at your actions. Some people will look at your word. Most people look at both, your actions and your word, following through. So in order to be able to follow through effectively, you need to be able to sit down and think about all of what is being asked of you to do before you give an answer. That is a way to continue to live with integrity, continue to speak your truth, and to continue to communicate what it is that you can and cannot do at the moment. So that's something that I do within my life so that I can maintain my integrity, so that I can make sure that whatever word I speak out, it is my bond to myself and to other people. And let's talk about self. If you're speaking about your word is your bond, make sure you speak your word is your bond to yourself. If you're committing to growth and elevation within your life and you're speaking it out and you're saying, yeah, I'm going to lose those 5 pounds, or yeah, I'm going to eat healthy. One of the things that you can think about doing to make sure that your word continually stays your bond and you are held accountable for the words in which you are speaking is by writing it down. I have a sheet in my room right now. It has all of what it is that I'm committing to do. Things that I said verbally out loud to other people about what I was going to do for myself to move myself forward. And you know what? I taped it to the wall. Because one thing I personally don't like to do is have people throw something back in my face. If I said I'm going to do it, I'm going to make sure that I can do it. And if I cannot do it, I communicate right away. I don't wait until weeks later and stress over the fact that I said something that I was going to do and I didn't do it. I'm going to communicate. If I see a problem right away and I can't do it, then I'm going to communicate. So I look at my list every morning and I look at the things that I've chipped away off of my list to make sure that I hold myself accountable for the words in which I speak to myself. So it doesn't just extend to the people in which you are helping, your word being your bond within the community of folk in which you communicate with, but your word being your bond to yourself. Being truthful and honest to yourself and committing to keeping your word, being held accountable for the words in which you speak. So these are just things in which you can personally do within your own life when you're having dealings with other people, or whether you're having dealings with yourself or with other people. These are things that you can do effectively to maintain your word being your bond, to maintain your integrity. Because nobody, and I don't know how you feel, but I know how I feel. I don't like for people to throw anything in my face about what I said I was going to do. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to sit back and see whether or not I can make my yes and my no, so that I will be clear and honest with myself on what it is that I can do and what it is that is being asked of me to do. So those are just some tidbits on how you can keep your word being your bond, how you can live your life with integrity based off of the words that you speak. Continue to stay focused on living the best life that you can possibly live. I learned these experiences. I learned these things through experiences that I've gone through. And I can tell you firsthand that the best way to make sure that your word is your bond is to just be upfront and honest with yourself, first and foremost, and with other people. People will love you based off of the truth that you can speak when you are speaking your truth. So peace and blessings to you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope to see you all on the next blog. Stay connected with me, naturallynessie.com. That's NESI for Nessie. Or on Twitter and Instagram at naturallynessie. I'll speak to you all soon. Have a blessed, wonderful rest of your day. Peace and love, y'all.